Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about Bakes on Mesh, what it is and how you can understand it as a creator. This tutorial won't be on how you turn the Bakes on Mesh on your hood, like I think there's already a bunch of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. Just search for Second Life BOM or Second Life Bake on Mesh. Strawberry Singh has a great tutorial on using BOM on your avatar, so I'm just going to put her link to the video in the description so you can check it out. We're going to focus more on Bakes on Mesh for creators. Now, I've been in Second Life for over 10 years and have been using system layers first, but for all you who came in the last couple of years when the mesh was already a thing, it may be a bit harder for you to understand the connections between it, but it's simple, I promise. So let's get started. For this, we have to go back to the beginning of Second Life and how they created their Second Life avatar. You know, the one that we're hiding under a pile of mesh? That avatar is created out of a couple of UV maps: head, upper body, lower body, eyes, hair, and skirt. At this point in time, we don't really use skirt or hair layers anymore, we tend to use mesh. But for creating skin, tattoos, eye textures, beauty marks, scars and so on, you will use those 4 maps. You can download these layers or UV maps on Robinwood site or on Avatar Toolbox site. Robinwood has actual Photoshop layers that are very well organized and will make it easier for you to create if you use Photoshop. And on Avatar Toolbox site you can see more information and get the map to create eye textures and how you need to upload it. I will put both of the links in the description so you can just click on them and get the files. Now this site suggests using 256 times 256 pixels to create your eye textures, and they suggest using 512 times 512 textures for skins. But honestly, I use 124 times 1024 times 1024 because I think it looks better, especially since you will be transferring those textures to mesh via BOM button. My personal preference is to use a bigger texture. A max size texture in Second Life is 1024 times 1024, but honestly, try and see. Of course, smaller textures load faster and use less memory than bigger textures. So that's how we were living our Second Lives for a while, with blurry textures and duck feet. But then mesh started coming into Second Life. If I remember right, I think Slink was the first store to introduce mesh feet and hands, and the reason they became very popular is because you could wear your favorite skins with them. How did they achieve that? They made sure that their hands and feet use the same UV map as standard Second Life avatar, because skin creators have been using it forever and have built their stores on top of those UV maps. So forcing everyone to disregard all that work and start from scratch isn't a good idea. You need people to get on board with your vision, and you have to make that simple for them, which they did. They could use their creations and users could continue wearing their favorite skins and have lovely hands and feet. This is how their hands UV map looked, the parts that are in white on the picture. As you can see, the picture is the Robinwood upper body template, and the white gloves are showing you UV map for Slink hands. So you can see that the transition for skin creators was as easy as possible. The same goes for feet UVs, but they did add a few maps because standard Second Life avatar has duck feet, fingers aren't separated, but Slink feet are separated, of course. So they just added a few AO maps, ambient occlusion maps, so skin creators can have easier time fitting textures as well. So it started with hands and feet. Soon after there were boobies, butts, and finally mesh bodies started coming out using the same system, or should I say, they were creating their UVs for their mesh to be similar to Second Life standard avatar. How do you do that? I will show you now in ZBrush a quick video. Please note, body mesh creators will take months to create their products. I will just give you an idea on how you get on with it, but mine's a minute work and it won't be good or usable. This is just a quick unwrap of a model. I'm using ZBrush. You will use your preferred software. So let's say you created a mesh body and you want it to be Second Life compatible. To do that, your mesh will be split into 3 UVs as well: head, upper body and lower body. And you'll need to make your UVs overline the UVs from Second Life. Now this will take time. Here I'm just doing a quick show so you can get the feeling. Of course, actual work will be longer and slower to make seams fit. But even then, if you use more than one body and you use same skin on all of them, you will see that not all seams are a perfect match. And oftentimes skin creators have a few variants for different bodies, because they need to be rematched a bit. Because although they all have similar UV map, it's not the same UV map. The topology of meshes is different from body to body, and it's definitely different from Second Life standard avatar. So for a long time we have been using pliers for our mesh and hiding away the standard avatar. It didn't matter what kind of skin, makeup, clothes you were wearing on your standard avatar, they didn't show on your mesh body because they didn't connect. You can think of them as two complete separate bodies, and you were just hiding the one underneath. Pliers have their good size. You can use normal and shine maps, specular maps, but they have a bad size. Usually bodies have 3 layers stacked on top of each other. So when you use more layers and the texture on them was a closing item that has a transparent bit, which literally all clothes have transparent parts unless you're wearing a diver suit, they would glitch. Parts would be showing off and on how you turn the camera, and it was a drag, to be honest. And then Bakes-on Mesh or BOM came into the picture. Now what's that? Just as it says, it literally takes all those separate layers, skin, tattoo, underwear, socks that you're wearing on your standard avatar and transfers them onto your mesh with the click of a button. And that's possible because both meshes, your mesh body and standard avatar, share the same UVs, which means knees, hips, belly buttons, lips, ears and all in between are in the same position on the texture that is visible by you, by the final user. I will put a post about BOM from Lilith Lupindo from Purrs Like a Kitten blogspot. She made a great post about BOM layers, and there's also a great graphic created by Umbra which shows how all layers, skin layer, tattoo layer, sock layer, underwear layer, shirt, pants and jacket layer stack on top of each other, and how you can wear more tattoo layers, but shirt layer will always be on top of all those tattoo layers, which makes sense when you think about it. And now here you are, wondering how to create lipsticks, tattoos and mods to be BOM compatible. As you can see, all you have to do is to draw all of that on standard Second Life avatar UV maps, and they will work with all bodies and heads that are BOM compatible. Though keep in mind, all meshes are different, topology is different, so you'll need to tweak some items, especially when it comes to skins. It's a good idea to upload those Robinwood templates into Second Life and create a tattoo layer for yourself, so you can check seams for each body. You won't have to guess as much, and it will be clearer once you check out the seams. I didn't talk much about heads, I focused more on bodies, so let me get a few things across about heads. Yes, all heads that are BOM compatible will show a system skin on top of it, but it won't always look good. The reason for that is that the meshes are different, topology is different, and although skin will drop on top of it, eyes may look droopy, lips are overlining, and nostrils are too small or too big. Why? Because although they are very similar, they aren't the same. So I believe skin creators apply to get developer kits for all the different heads so they can fit their skins to those head UVs. And here you can see a post from Steffi Villota, creator of Detail Skins, how one skin looks on different heads and what I'm talking about. As well, you might know that Lelutka recently introduced their new line of mesh heads, Evolution X. Now these heads have a different UV map. There's a great post by Asia Risto on her Regeneration blog about it. I advise you to read it, it's really good, and she has a bunch more posts about different mesh bodies and heads as well. Again, links in the description. So that's that from me about Bakes-on Mesh. I hope it helped you understand a bit better and that it will be easier for you to create your items. And the final note from me to all of you BOM starters, you know, when you turn on your BOM and your feet are white and you're wondering why, well, your sock layer or your shoe base layer has a set fabric. So you need to go into Shape Editor and click on shoe base and set fabric to transparent, and it's fixed. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and all the links will be down in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and bye guys.